Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us, we have the C.Crane CC Solar Observer, and I perform an evening medium wave band scan. First, we'll go over features, second, we'll do a size comparison, and third, we'll start cruising the evening band. So let's check it out, the CC Solar Observer from C.Crane. This radio's been out for quite a long time. It is dated, but it's still one excellent radio. So let's check out some features. Left-hand side, we got a 3 LED flashlight. Turn on up here by the switch. Cool, and you got to see a dial light there. Nice, we're going to be using that today. All right, and then down here we have headphone jack. We have a phone charger, which is pretty archaic. You would use this to charge your old school cell phones, something like this. This little baby flip phone, check that out. Have you seen something so small? It's been a while. Well, back in the day, small was king. Gotta love it. But yeah, we charge a phone like that. Pretty much just use this as an emergency radio, not as a phone charger. We have a battery pack charging jack here, 5 volts in. Nice. To the front of the radio, we have a power LED indicator, a dynamo indicator. Nice. Our dial, as you can see, AM on top, which is awesome. AM is featured. We have a log scale in the middle and the FM band on the bottom. And of course, you can see the indicators clear with a nice red line. The accuracy is really good. You're going to see that. Over here we have our, I believe it's a 3-inch speaker, Rockin. Here we have our weather control, which is nice. We can control which channel we want instantly, 1 through 7. I leave it on 5. Of course, band select FM, AM weather. Tuning control. We have a switch for running on dry battery bay or the rechargeable battery, which is nice. Volume control. See, all the controls are on the front of the radio, and they're all very easy to operate, so I like that. Right inside of the radio, we got the power generator, or the dynamo crank, which is pretty nice and easy to use. Pull it out and crank away. Now, it's got some good resistance to it, so those particular ones tend to put out the power to charge the internal battery. Let's get that tucked back in. Top of the radio, we got our handle. Back of the radio, we got our whip antenna. This is for the FM and NOAA weather band reception. Going to the back of the radio, you will see a small solar panel. It gives its name, Solar Observer. It is tiny, pretty much trickle charges those little batteries in there. That's about all you get out of that. That's not going to charge the whole thing to full. If it did, it would take probably days upon days of direct sunlight. Here we go, CC Solar Observer, made in China. I got a vented case. And down here's our battery compartment. So if I can get this open. I believe it's hinged. Yep. Which is nice. You won't lose the door. As you can see, I got 3 AA batteries installed, which we'll be running off of. Or you can run the optional 3-cell nickel metal hydride pack, which is usually used in cordless phones. And if you guys don't know what a cordless phone is, don't worry about it. I'm sure I got some millennials going, what? What's a cordless phone, dude? Is that a cellular phone? Nope. It's a landline phone. Yeah, you can see those like at different strokes in the 80s. That's when it was popular. Really popular. It came out. It was awesome. The old 80s. Gotta love it. Decades ago. All right. On a tangent. Let's go for size comparison. We have the C.Crane CC Pocket. C.Crane products, which is awesome. It's 10:20 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and I'm near Chicago, Illinois. For those who need to know, which is pretty important to know what time of day it is and where I'm at. Next, we have the CC Skywave. Now, this radio here, I usually use as my frequency checker. If I get lost in the band, I probably won't have to use it, but I'll keep it handy because the C.Crane did a really good job on this radio. We'll talk about that in a moment. And last but not least, we have a deck of cards. Awesome. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves radios from C.Crane land. He's Iron Man. Rock on. There he goes. Jet boots. So yeah, I was going to talk about the selectivity. It's amazing. They implemented a DSP in this radio, digital signal processor. Now when this first came out, I may have just had an analog style chip, but they went to a DSP, and it's great because selectivity is amazing on this radio. I know exactly where I'm at all the time. You can actually hear the notching almost of where you're at. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Put it on the battery mode. Now we're at the bottom of the band. And with AM, of course, it uses an internal antenna. You can see we got a red LED for our power. And we're going to go ahead and start tuning the radio. Now you're going to see me turning it. So I'm turning it to my first station. The top edge of the radio is the direction towards the station you're trying to tune in. Here's our first station. You can barely make it out. That's CHLO 530 Brampton, Ontario. 441 miles, 250 watts. Now I have a Terk Advantage. I always had this handy. It's a passive loop. As you can see, it does not require batteries. It harnesses the radio energy and it applies the energy to the radio just by proximity. So what I'm going to do is place it here. I'm trying to get this on camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we'll do it like this. And then we tune this purple knob, the frequency we need. So I can hear him talking. It improved the gain, plus it improved a lot of the static too. But a great companion for most AM radios that did add a lot of gain to it. And sometimes if the signal's fairly strong, I'll use that anyway. Reason being is that you can actually increase the gain freely by the loop, and then you can turn the volume down on your radio, and guess what that does? Saves batteries. So let's go to the next station. Awesome. So this is CBK, Watrous, Saskatchewan, which is north to northwest. This is 1,025 miles away. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, CBK 540. Now when I turn it, the speakers are going to change. We're going to hear different people.
Cut number 12. I'm excited to work we'll do together on the Gateway Station around the moon and look forward to the first Japanese astronaut joining us.
So here's 540 WAUK Jackson, Wisconsin, which is the north, 70 miles, 400 watts.
Space race. Okay.
Turn it back. I'm picking up music now. Okay, we're going to tune up. Pretty neat. Now we're 550. Of course, medium wave does improve in the evening, sometimes really close to dawn, which is nice. This is 550, KTRS, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts.
Well, I hope you're right. I mean,
actually, we're getting better.
That would take this to a different level. Which, and again, whatever people's views are on this.
And show you why since 2002, nobody beats Townstone Financial on interest rates and closing costs. So give us a...
The station here is 560 WIND, Chicago, local.
Refinance business more than Townstone. That's TOWNSTONE.com.
Townstone Financial is licensed in Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Florida. NMLS 136639. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Equal housing lender.
AMR 5.
Let's turn that dial light on. That'd be cool. There we go. Hear music.
Man, something they do to protect themselves from predators. And they've discovered it comes down to noise. When one jackdaw wants to leave its roost, it begins to call out. More and more birds join in.
Okay.
And like a voice boat, when the sound is loud enough, it signals the group.
This is 580. This is interesting because this is, I think, a Canadian station. If it is, I'll put the pop-up here. I don't have it written down on my sheet. I have WTCM Traverse City, Michigan, but this I don't think this is Traverse City, Michigan. Cool. Yeah, they definitely got accents.
$61. That's the average dollar loss.
WMT 600. This is Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 175 miles, 5,000 watts to the west.
You need Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe protects your home 24/7.
We'll get some stronger stations here. Two stations here, 610. We have right now WTVN Columbus, Ohio, 330 miles to the east. And if we point this direction, we can pick up KCSP, Kansas City, Missouri. But it's a jumble right now.
2-pitch. Rolled that one foul over near the on-deck circle. Stays at 1-2.
He didn't have the best numbers, but doesn't Luke Voigt just look menacing?
620 WTMJ. See how nice that selectivity is? Amazing. For an analog dial, this is probably one of the best DSP radios, bar the EP Pro that I've tuned. I love it. This is at WTMJ in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 52 miles, 10,000 watts to the north. Of course, the internal antenna is bidirectional. It works in both directions, south or north, depending on which way you're orientating the radio.
But if he doesn't make that play, it's extra bases, and he made the right call by staying back on that one. He wasn't going to be able to make a spectacular catch, more than likely.
Okay, so we're getting a hint of country music on CFCO 630, Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles to the northeast at 6,000 watts. We're also picking up another station, I believe it's KYFI, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts. That's the beauty of AM band. You can turn it, hear one thing, and turn it and hear another. It's not coming in great, but
And it does not matter whether I have money in that bank or any other.
there we go. Give you an idea. Okay, Hispanic music on 640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois. This is 75 miles away, it's 1,600 watts. Sometimes if I turn it this way, I'll pick up WOI Ames, Iowa, 265 miles, 1,000 watts. Just picking them up, you can just hear them. Music and talk radio. Very cool.
1972, you would have thought this would have done better on the charts, but I'm just happy she recorded this one at all. It's from the pen of Ben Peters, one of the most legendary songwriters in Nashville history. This is Let 'Em Have It, Jan Howard on WSM at night.
So there you go, WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles due south. Very cool, coming in nice and clear.
If he needs a little money, he can.
Okay, so this radio tries for selectivity, but when you have a strong station like 670 in my town, it's kind of overpowering 660, which is New York. I'm just getting a hint of it, but barely make it out. Okay, I'm going to tune up to 670.
I don't think there was anything on or off the field that you could look at Jackie and just go, "Oh man, he was."
So here's WSCR Chicago 670, The Score, home of the Cubs.
But Jackie was class all the way through. Granted, we didn't have camera phones and TMZ and all.
This direction here is CFTR 680, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Tough night, but we're picking stuff up. This is 690 CKGM, Montreal, Quebec. It's 763 miles to the northeast.
You UK health security agencies do.
For those who've been in close contact with someone with the disease, the advice is to monitor for...
Here's 700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles due east.
As far as the United States, so far, 4 confirmed cases of monkeypox.
Okay. That muffled voice is 710. That's a WOR, New York, New York, which is 750 miles. Looks like we can improve it. I don't think we'll be able to. Bring the loop in. Quickly tune. See, it's right next to 720 and 700, 2 strong stations, so yeah. Okay, let's keep going, but selectivity, love it.
Decisive and passionate. They give their best.
720 WGN Chicago. We'll go a little quicker now so we can get up the band.
A badass nurse. Oak Point University wants to help you on...
730 barely can pick it up. CKDM Dauphin, Manitoba. 820 miles. This direction here is going to be Zoomer Radio.
Wait a long time for what rightfully is theirs. I see I've made you cry.
Recent changes in law make probate slower.
So here's CFZM 740 Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles due northeast, coming in beautiful.
CA.
Previously on Dave's Corner Garage.
I saw an old Lincoln Continental a couple weeks ago, and he had the original white wall tires. I think they're ever going to come back, white wall tires? You never know. Like, I've seen lots of stuff.
Special primary election coverage for 95.5 WSB starts at 7 p.m., so make sure you keep it locked here all day. Let's go to Alex.
So WSB 750 Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles to the southeast. Be kind of like pointing it like this.
Alex?
Well, while we wait for... Maybe Alex is waiting to hear the story about the 83-year-old pastor.
It's better this way,
Alex?
too.
Alex fell asleep.
Sounds like he...
Have over 106,000 Americans, many of them young Americans.
Here's WJR 760 Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles east.
They are trying to convince all of us to believe
what's the gun to somebody else.
Here we go.
So there he is, passing it off. He fatally shoots an innocent staff.
770 WABC, New York, New York, 750 miles due northeast.
According to police. And it's such a horrible, horrible case. And the headline...
It's a good pickup here because 760 Detroit's pretty strong and 780 is WBBM in Chicago near me, so perfect.
Adams had to say about the situation.
Call Reputation Defender at 800-405-2807. Reputation Defender.
780 is WBBM Chicago. They have old-time radio Monday through Friday in the evenings between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Weekly. I listen to it every night.
Cutting edge approaches. Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower... Too valuable to leave.
So I think I'm trying to find 800 and 810.
His coach, former head coach, unless you are wide open. So like when you are let's
I love the deal because it wasn't just about
CDC when they were having
the player out of here.
Okay.
Or getting
830?
Josh Donaldson.
This is 830. Let me just back it up.
And
Gentlemen talking, here's WBAP Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles to the southwest.
How do you explain yourself? Explain yourself this way to these assaulters, baby.
There we go. Here's 810 WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles. I'm going to go back up. 8:20.
You know, change of scenery can help out everybody. But I do like the way that things have played out.
8:30 WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles.
Also coming up clutch. I'm at the plate.
It's a lot different than COVID-19 saying, well, it's highly contagious. And also,
Here's WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky on 8:40. They have coast to coast between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. And right now is ground zero.
Or lesion.
From, I think, 10 to 12 a.m.
From the genitals, which some doctors have mischaracterized as hurt.
So we got some sports radio talk here. This is KOA, Denver, Colorado on 8:50. This is 890 miles due west.
And he obviously average yards per attempt as well.
Great radio, I love it.
La valeur de l'éducation, je pense que c'est propre à chacun. Je pense que
CJBC 860, Toronto, Ontario.
on y accorde. Je pense que tout dépend l'importance puis l'effort qu'on met.
Something that you can do right from the beginning so that you don't have expensive veterinary bills. Why would you not do it? DINOVIP.
WWL 870, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles south.
Jump up and down, wag their tails. It will make you smile. How happy your dog will be. I get my Dinovite from DINOVIPE.com. In New Orleans, a one-of-a-kind love deserves a one-of-a-kind engagement ring in a box from Oakland Heart. At Oakland Heart Jewelry, our diamond
So there you go. I heard him say New Orleans. Cool.
Now Garcia steps off. Lindor steps out. Taps the end of his bat against his cleats, and now he steps back in. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Called strike three. Raber has been calling that pitch all night, and he does so again here. And Lindor's down looking to end the top of the seventh. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Mets at the top of the seventh. It's time to stretch at Oracle Park. The Mets 6, the Giants 2 on the WCBS Mets Radio Network, driven by your Tri-Honda dealers.
So there you go. Ball game on WCBS 880, New York, New York. The Mets playing. This is 750 miles, of course. Nice. Coming in like a local.
The new 2022 Acura RDX.
Statement. He's raising
Here's 890 WLS Chicago.
about the effects.
High pitch whine coming from the camera. Go quicker now.
Culture and Communication at the University of Melbourne.
About the same talked about, but all of the Hunter Biden and his corruption, which is a lovely irony.
But really the serious, not just for the night, is
That I discovered the Vatican has some other issues.
So here we go at 990.
In particular, just before the Pope comes out to say Easter,
CBW is Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles.
and a couple of years ago, for no apparent
Next to a local.
group of gulls came in and just knocked things over and pulled things around.
used to be a little bit more worried, especially if you're giving Boston.
Here's 1000 WMVP Chicago.
They're the better team, but through the first 4 games, they've only acted like it twice. You know, they outplayed Miami.
The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job.
1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles. Now that dial's pretty accurate. Looking at it. Nice.
You can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go.
Asian he appointed himself as, the spokesman for NATO, telling you that it was a non.
Here's 1030 WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles.
How many times
Northeast.
did you hear him say that's a non-starter? I mean, at that point, I think everything should have been up for negotiation.
And viruses multiply, then flushes them out the other nostril before they reach your...
Here's 1040 WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles to the west.
Been around thousands of years. I did invent Navage to make it easy for everyone.
Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Andy Anderson. And now the forecast from NBC 10 First Alert meteorologist Crystal Clark.
Overnight across the area, expect a few scattered showers to move through.
KYW, 1060, it improved. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
South Jersey, continuous showers into your Tuesday. The morning low, 59 degrees. The high in the afternoon, 69, and mostly cloudy. We'll keep it at 69 Wednesday afternoon. Again, a mostly cloudy sky. In fact, even Thursday, the clouds hang around with just a chance of a few showers and the forecast high at 74. I'm NBC 10 First Alert meteorologist Crystal Clyde.
Mostly cloudy, 67 here in Center City.
The people you know.
The voices you trust.
This is KYW News Radio, 103.9 FM.
That's what I was waiting for. .1090 country music. Not sure where it's coming from. If it's Little Rock, KAAY. I'm not sure if they're still broadcasting at higher power. 570 miles.
Better off, physically. I don't know.
Here's 1100 WTM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
Although, he had, 4 home
Running out of
runs in the
time.
last 3 games. He went over. The Cardinals walk it off in 10 innings.
KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, talking about the Cardinals.
As Paul Goldschmidt delivers the game winner in the bottom of the 10th inning.
Italy Jews in Ukraine have been identified who need a special evacuation.
WRVA 1140, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
The people of Ukraine during these difficult and desperate times. Go right now to rescuejews.org or call 800-331.
Comes directly from God.
Local, WYLL, Chicago, 1160.
Give me the name of the plant. Well, I don't know one who didn't. Now, I know they shouldn't.
I think this is KBOB, Davenport, Iowa, 125 miles, 1000 watts on 1170.
You out of town? Come on, who you kidding with? Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Bad actors do bad things to good people that are trying to do good things. And I think it's in a way that they can...
This is Wham, WHAM, 1180, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Yep, it just came out this past week, so it's out.
Protection Act using Bloomberg's mom's demand language verbatim.
WPHT 1210, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
Cats to vote the right way when stuff like this comes up.
I'll go to the top of the band. This in-between part between, say, 1200 and 1500 is what they call the graveyard band. Lots of low-power stations competing for space. You will hear some clear sometimes. It's fun just to sit and tune in between the band when you have time. Going pretty quick up the band.
To be a part of the show, call 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. We'll be back in a moment.
In a world where human interaction seems to be reduced to chats and clicks and emails, where transactions are measured only by speed, where corporate policy...
Okay, so that was 1510, I believe. WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles. Coming in good in a different direction. Nice.
We'll tell you which team, whoever comes.
Yep, here's 1530 WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. Yeah, 1520, that fluttering is definitely KOKC, Oklahoma City, that I heard just before this station, and it's definitely a benchmark to know where you're at on the radio.
Not only the
in my area,
but the way it happened.
They came out and jumped go this time because people didn't know, etc.
1540 KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles.
You have to do this precisely. If you don't...
There's a lot going on up here at the top of the band. I believe this is CHHA 1610, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Yep. A hint of traffic advisory radio on 1620 here.
says even with the restrictive Title 42 still in place, Biden administration...
KCJJ 1630, Iowa City, Iowa. 175 miles, 1,000 watts to the west.
It is man-made. It's your alter ego. It is time to play.
KCNZ 1650 of Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles. Let's go to the top. Got music on WPRR 1680, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 140 miles. Our last station, KBGG 1700, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. And then static. Cool. So yeah, I knew exactly where I was at, except for that one point I had to check. Kind of get a little slow back and forth. So there it is, the C.Crane CC Solar Observer. Awesome dial light, by the way. I love that. You can turn it on even with the radio off. That's pretty sharp. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give me a big like. Again, a great radio, enjoying it. There's links below if you want to support the channel and you want to buy this radio. I'm an affiliate on Amazon. Of course, I'd get like $1 or $2 if you bought this radio. You could enjoy the radio. I could enjoy the $2 imported towards something else, not an old school phone, but maybe a new school shortwave radio or something that comes out. That'd be fun, but that's where that money goes. Help support me, help support the channel, keep this thing going. I'm sure you guys love that. 2 C.Crane products. If you love them, subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future videos. And 3, comment below what you think about the CC Solar Observer. Do you still like this radio? Do you think it's too dated for you? I like it. I really personally enjoy the analog dial. Don't need to be digital. Doesn't need to charge my phone. I like it just as it is, as a weather radio in an emergency. Not a bad thing to have. But you guys let me know, because I am a fan of the CC Radio Solar, the newer one, with the big solar panel and the rechargeable battery. But this one still, I really like tuning it. It's great. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.